Hey guys, how's it going? This right here is the OPPO Watch, the first wearOS watch from the company. And honestly, I've been using it for the last 1 month and I feel that this could be the best Android smartwatch out there for most users. And now I say most users and not everyone because it does come with its own trade-offs, especially when you talk about the tracking part. Now, why do I say that? Well, this is Varun from Guiding Tech, and you're watching my in-depth review of the OPPO Watch, the go-to watch for a lot of users, but not for everyone. Let's get started. Okay, so right off the bat, I want to talk about the design. I mean, everyone blatantly calls it the Apple Watch clone, and okay, they're not entirely wrong, but here's the thing. How much of an innovation do you expect them, like anyone apart from Apple, to do when it comes to a squarish design? It is a square design, so yes, it's meant to look a lot like Apple. And okay, it's not saying that OPPO denies it. I mean, OPPO was obviously aiming for that look, which is evident from a lot of watch faces, but it's much more than just an Apple Watch clone. For what it's worth, the OPPO Watch offers a premium build that looks really good. The strap here, which is like Apple's, does feel really comfortable, and even after extended periods of usage, doesn't really get sweaty or itchy, which is great. Now I have the 46mm variant here, which apart from having a bigger display as compared to the 41mm, also comes with a ceramic build and these curved edges on the sides, which really adds on to the premiumness and the overall usability as well. And trust me, this is quite durable as well. I mean, like I said, I've been using it for 1 month and I've been using it without a screen guard of any sort. And while it has had its fair share of falls and running along walls, like proper walls, not just plain walls, but yeah, it hasn't seen any sort of scratches or anything. I mean, yes, there are some scuff marks, but that is also noticeable when you really literally observe it from a very close distance with some direct sunlight, and other than that, everything looks great. Now, while we're on the topic of the display on this thing is absolutely amazing. I mean, I'll admit, when it comes to displays on an Android smartwatch, my favorite preference out there is still the Samsung Galaxy wearables, but this thing gets really close. I mean, it's damn good. Like, I've been using it under direct sunlight, even with some of these dark watch faces, and I haven't faced any issues at all. The colors are good, it's bright, the text looks sharp, the display density is very good, and yeah, it's honestly one of the best displays out there. Now, the watch has these two buttons on the side, one for launching the app drawer and the other that can be customized to launch a specific app. You can hold this down for triggering the Google Assistant too, which comes in really handy for someone like me who does rely a lot on his Google Assistant for controlling his smart home, so there's that. Now, of course, the highlight feature of the OPPO Watch is the wearOS here. And okay, I'll admit that I've only used a handful of wearOS smartwatches from the likes of Fossil and Moto, but I have to say, this has been the best wearOS experience that I've used till date without any issues. Heck, even compared with the Galaxy Watch Active 2, the OPPO Watch excels in some specific areas where the Galaxy wearables just can't keep up. You have your own Play Store and you have seamless sync to all your Google data, and all of it works really well. The app drawer and quick settings work really well, and OPPO's ColorOS overlay on wearOS looks really good. It basically takes in all the essentials from Google's wearOS and adds on more functionality and a visual overall to it with the ColorOS features, and honestly, the end user experience is really good. I mean, sure, the Snapdragon 3100 chipset does get a lot of credit for its snappy performance, but it goes without saying that OPPO should get a lot of credit for its optimization as well. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you know how much I value the notification handling of a smartwatch, and that is easily one of my favorite features about the OPPO Watch. Like, to the point where it's just perfect. Not only can you actually see each and every message inside the chat, you can even see stickers and emojis. And if you want to reply, you can type it out with a full QWERTY keyboard, which is surprisingly great even for big fingers like me, or use your voice. It's seriously that good. That said, one thing that has disappointed me in this long run is the lack of watch faces. Now, I know you guys will say, dude, it's wearOS, you can just install custom watch faces on this, and I kind of agree with you, but there is a certain limitation to that as well. See, as a company, OPPO bundles very limited watch faces with it, like only a handful. And I'll be very blunt here, those are very mediocre, like they're not good. At least for my personal taste, they're not look. You can take a look, but I don't really like them. Then there's the added functionality of installing custom watch faces. But if you go on the Play Store and search for all these watch faces, most of the good ones are hidden behind a paywall. So you still have to pay for it. Now, if you take a look at the competition, both the Huawei Watch GT2 and the Galaxy Watch come with tons and tons of watch faces, like over 50 on both of them. And Samsung also has the feature to add custom watch faces. Most of them are available for free. So there is that as well. Compared to the OPPO Watch, I mean, yes, the idea of being able to download watch faces from the Play Store sounds good, but once you start using it, you start to realize that almost everything, at least everything good, is hidden behind a paywall. And I genuinely wish that OPPO would have put in some work to make better watch faces. Now, speaking about things that I don't like about the watch, there is the tracking, like I mentioned in the intro. See, OPPO claims that it has some great sensors and everything, and yes, all of that sounds good, and I'm sure all the reviews that you've seen will mention that yeah, it has great sensors and everything. But once you start using it, it's a different experience altogether. Now, I'll give credit where it's due that OPPO is good at eliminating ghost shakes. For instance, if I just move my hand like this or like this, it won't count it as steps. But then again, when I'm driving, it counts it as proper steps, which is surprising. I mean, I've seen that kind of behavior on smart bands that cost 3,000-4,000. But this is the first time I'm seeing that on a watch that, like, this variant costs 25,000 here in India. So for me to have that sort of an experience is really weird and absurd and bizarre, and I don't really like that. And there are other things as well. Like, I could just be sitting normally, not doing anything, and my heart rate would be shown, not resting heart rate, mind you. My heart rate would be shown 120 or 140 beats per minute. I'm like, yeah, that's not true. Like, that can't be the thing. And then there are times when the watch will just not report the number of floors that I've climbed. I mean, it will, but sometimes it just misses out on the actual number of floors that I've climbed. And yeah, I mean, I just have to say, if you are serious about your tracking, this isn't for you. Like, seriously, this is not for you. Because if you compare it with the competition, you have the likes of the Huawei Watch GT2, which I love, you have the Galaxy Watch Active 2, which is also great, and then you have the Fitbit Versa 2, which is extremely great when it comes to tracking. Like, the Galaxy Watch is great, but the Huawei Watch GT2 and the Fitbit Versa 2 have some next level tracking. Like, they're totally spot on. In fact, even the newly launched Mi Watch Revolve offers some excellent tracking with the first beat algorithm. And when you put all of that in the competition, the OPPO Watch really lags behind the competition, and you know, that really upsets a lot of users, especially who are serious about tracking. Now, the OPPO Watch does definitely make up for it, that sort of lackluster performance in terms of tracking, by offering exceptionally good battery life and exceptionally good charging speeds. I mean, it just blows the Galaxy Watch Active 2 out of the park and kind of keeps up with the Huawei Watch GT2. I mean, I was averaging about 2.5 days of usage on the OPPO Watch with active heart rate monitoring and sleep monitoring without any issues. So that's great. Now, keep in mind that this is the Wi-Fi variant because we do not have the LTE variant here in India, which is a bummer. I genuinely wish we had one, but it is what it is. And when it comes to charging, the charging speed on this is great, like genuinely great. So the charging mechanism is simple. You just pop it on to the charger, the magnetic charger pops on, and it's great. And it uses Whoop charge to easily charge it up. And the charging speed is like, it can go from 0 to 100% in less than an hour, which is absolutely great. And it charges exponentially. So your rapid charging, like within the first 15 minutes, you can get up to 30-45%, which is great. So if you just want to top up, which is something that I personally do, it's great, like genuinely that good. Like, I could just come back home from work, put it on charge for like 15-20 minutes and then continue with my work, and everything's great. Another thing that I want to highlight is the power saving mode. Now, a lot of watches have this aggressive power saving mode, but I like what OPPO is doing here. So when the battery gets low, somewhere around 10% or below that, the watch automatically enters the power saving mode. The funny thing is that you won't actually get to know that because it will still monitor all your steps, it will still monitor your heart rate while running on low juice, which is really, really good. I mean, you technically do not lose a lot of your functionality while saving a lot of juice, which is great. So in the end, the OPPO Watch, is it really the best smartwatch out there? I mean, for most users, yes. See, I am not someone who's super serious about his tracking, as you can see by my looks. I mean, I have gained a lot of fat, so I'm not super serious about my tracking. The basic tracking works for me, and this gets about 80-85% of the job done, which is great enough for a lot of users. It eliminates the need of having an extra band on my hands, and it also acts as a good fashion accessory. And all of those things make it a worthwhile purchase. Now, when you look at the competition, if you're serious about your tracking, definitely seriously consider the Fitbit or the Huawei Watch GT2 or even the Mi Watch Revolve. All of those watches I've previously reviewed, and you can find the links to that in the description box below. Now, a lot of you guys will be asking, isn't the Galaxy Watch Active or any watch from the Galaxy series the best Android smartwatch out there? See, here's the thing. If you own a Samsung device, then yeah, the Galaxy wearables are the go-to option. But if you're not using a Samsung phone, trust me, stay away from those watches, because the Galaxy Wearables app that you will install on your Android phone will drain your battery like that. And it's not going to be a good experience. And that is something that I highlighted in my review of the Galaxy Watch 3 as well. So yeah, you can try it out. You can watch that video and you will get to see that the battery life of your phone will be reduced drastically. And even the watches do not have that great of a battery backup. So unless you're using a Samsung phone, just get the OPPO watch. You'll genuinely be happy. And well, that was it. If you like this video, make sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more awesome tech content. Till then, this is One from Guiding Tech, and I'll see you in the next one.